This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome to the Big Hard Facts. I did say that we will be speaking with the media advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on coalition talks and, of course, if they can, create a formidable opposition for 2027. Of course, we have heard the PDP's perspective on the issue of a coalition and, of course, what the ABC has also responded. Tanko Yakasai has also said something recently. But today, Abubakar, who is a former ally, or still an ally, of Robi Kwankwaso of the NNPP, is saying that El Rufai is just a placeholder for Atiku in the SDP. Well, Paul Ibe is the media advisor to Atiku Abubakar, and he joins us live via Zoom. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Let's get into the conversation and give you a proper opening. So today we're digging into the political chessboard as Nigeria heads towards 2027. That seems to be the conversation across the board. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is in coalition talks, with former Kaduna Governor Nasir El Rufai, raising eyebrows across the political spectrum. But while Atiku talks coalitions, his party, the PDP, continues to bleed. President Tinubu appears to be winning the game of defections, strategically absorbing key PDP figures right under Atiku's nose. And then there is a Wike factor, of course, a top PDP figure actively working for the APC-led government. Now, the big question is Atiku losing his grip? Does this ambition come at the expense of his party's survival? And can the coalition dream ever become a reality? I'm being joined by Paul Ibe. He is the media advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Mr. Ibe, it's so good to have you join us. I don't think I've seen you this year, so Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year. It's not too late for a year. My people say that when you wake up, that's when your day breaks.
Have you? Thank you for joining us on the show. So just like I said in my introduction, I want to go straight into this coalition talk. Many within the PDP say that Atiku is more focused on building his personal coalition than strengthening his party. And you and I know that the PDP has been, standing on one leg for a long time now, right after, just before and after the 2023 elections. Why does it seem to those who are watching and certain people who have commented on this issue that the former vice president is more interested in political alliances with outsiders than building back for the PDP to be stronger as they get into the 2027 elections?
Well, I mean, anybody that is not a stranger, to the situation in Nigeria knows clearly, the state of play, in the People's Democratic Party. All is not well. And the reason, being that the former governor of Rivers State, now minister of the Federal Capital Territory, has a mandate to be an undertaker. He has a job prescription defined by him to kill the leading opposition party, along with other opposition parties like the Labour Party and the NNPP. So he has that mandate, and everything that he's been doing, has been towards ensuring the decimation, the destruction, of the PDP. And so, one thing is constant, and what is constant in all of this is about the primacy, of the welfare, of the Nigerian people. Essentially, that is the only reason why government, people are leaders are in government, is for the protection of lives and property and the promotion of the, the welfare of, the people. That is constant. And so if another, another route towards achieving, that objective, presents itself, I think it's only necessary that be explored if the intent, if the objective is to ensure that Nigerians have an opportunity to reclaim and to redeem, to reclaim and to rebuild, their country.
So because there are people who are saying that why does he have to continue to run for presidency? What does he think he has that would better the loss of Nigerians? And you're saying that, look, if the people who are there are not doing the job, then there's someone who's going to do the job. But then I'm more curious about the former vice president. Why should any serious coalition actually trust Atiku's leadership, especially when prominent PDP leaders are leaving the party? And as at today, we've seen more and more defections in Delta State's PDP. Many of these PDP leaders have accused him of selfishness, trying to hijack the party again for his personal ambition.
Listen, everybody, a party member, as individuals, we'll all be held an account. I can't speak for, people why they are leaving. But one thing it's important to underscore, and the former vice president has said it. The Constitution did prescribe freedom of association. It's one of the pillars, of democracy. People are free to choose who they associate with. And so if some people decide for whatever reason, they don't necessarily have to justify it. But we've seen that what has been at play, recently is akin to people being held hostage.
By who?
There are individuals who have been held hostage.
By who?
And they are paying, political ransom. That's what it's all about.
Who's holding them?
Yes.
Who's holding them hostage?
The same way that kidnappers will, people have been kidnapped. There are people who held hostage.
By whom?
On account of the corruption, cases, that they have. Oh yes, they are being held hostage. What they are paying is political ransom. That's what they are paying.
So, but did these people you're making reference to, did they commit the crimes or not? Are there crimes that these people need to answer to? These corruption cases that you think are hanging over their heads, did they commit these crimes or not? Because I'm thinking, if I have no skeletons in my cupboard, I would not be hiding anything, right?
Well, it's up to the authorities to determine that. But that is the reading. That is the perception. That is clearly what is at play. Based on the information that we also have. That is what is at play. And people are trying to preserve themselves. It's just about self-preservation, political preservation, to ensure that they continue to be relevant.
Could the same be said of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, that he's also trying to self-preserve? That's why he's in coalition talks with the likes of El Rufai. We hear also from the grapevine that there might be a Kwankwaso in the mix, even though there's several other people who are also speculating that Kwankwaso might be moving to the APC. Again, the PDP has rejected these coalition talks. They're saying if Atiku wants to bring people from the SDP and every other party to the PDP to, solidify it, that's beautiful. But that the PDP is not necessarily behind him in these coalition talks. What exactly, or who exactly is in support of this coalition talks? Because there are people who welcome the idea, but who's to say that this coalition is formidable enough to hold till 2027? And what can they possibly do to oust this presidency if the chance even be made available?
We respect the position of, the governors. I mean, there are stakeholders in any political party, including the PDP. But the biggest stakeholders that you have in any party are the Nigerian people. And the Nigerian people are very clear about the direction that they want to take. We had an internal poll, and which suggests clearly that this is the direction that the Nigerians want to take to achieve the objective of reclaiming their country. Nigeria is adrift. Everybody knows that. I mean, make no mistake about it. You and I are having this conversation. Atiku is, becoming a factor in the political system because Nigerians desire an opportunity to be able to, sack this administration, which has made life terrible, for them in nearly 2 years. It will probably be in the next 2 weeks or thereabouts, or 3 weeks. It will be, 2 years that they come on board. And we don't have much to say. The lives of the average Nigerian has been worse off than it was 2 years ago.
That notwithstanding, I mean, this poll that you took, did Nigerians, obviously it says that Nigerians are tired, but does it say that Nigerians want a coalition? And who are the people who will make up this coalition? Because the reason why I'm asking this question is that it's the same set of people that move from party A to party B because, one, there is no general ideology that would say this is what the PDP stands for, this is what the APC stands for, this is what the NNPP stands for. And so who's to say that the people who have somewhat kept Nigerians where they are today are not going to find their way into that coalition? And why should Nigerians trust Atiku to be the one who is leading or steering the ship towards this coalition?
Atiku and other leaders are simply the ends. They are the ends to the objective. You talked about the people, and I asked you. I said, why are we having this conversation? We're having this conversation because Nigerians are worse off than they were 2 years ago, and clearly, this is about Nigeria. This is about a second chance at redeeming this country. This is about reclaiming this country from these marauders who have made life miserable, both for the rich and for the poor. Both for people, whatever it is, no matter your tribe or your tongue, life has been miserable. And I'm sure that there's nobody except those who are benefiting directly, from the lagis or whatever it is, the 10%ers, all over the place, those, who support, this government, whatever they are doing, is beneficial to the people or not. They are the ones who are benefiting. But the average Nigerian certainly wants to see their back.
Your principal at some point had said that he would never stop contesting to be Nigeria's president. Is this a strength that shows perseverance or a liability that blocks generational leadership and party unity? Because former spokesperson for the Tinubu administration who just resigned, Hakim Baba Ahmed, has said Atiku needs to step aside. Tinubu needs to step aside. We need new blood injected to our politicking and our leadership. Should this not be a chance for your principal to say, well, I'm going to support this guy or that guy or whoever I think is capable of leading the country and steering the ship in the right direction?
I don't recall, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar saying what you alluded to.
Yes, he has. I have reported it on this show many times.
No, he never said that. Let me remind you what he said, just for the records. It was at the Yaradua Center, after the election of 2023, and he addressed the press, and he said he's not going anywhere. So, which means that he continue, to be involved in engaging, the system, in advancing ideas, in trying to, recommend. So, not about, the contesting and all of that. What he is preoccupied right now, is putting together a vehicle, a platform, one that will be robust, enough, to be able to accommodate the diversity, that he is Nigerian, and be able to show this, gentlemen and ladies, show them the exit door. I mean, we cannot afford to have them for another 4 years. Clearly, that is the message that Nigerians, have been sending to the Tinubu administration, because they have made life, like I said, miserable, worse off, economically, socially. Look at the state of insecurity and all of that. And we have never been this divided. We thought that we had seen the worst during the Buhari, era. But in terms of divisions and bigotry, and nepotism, the Tinubu administration is, it has hit new heights. It's never been this ignoble, in our country, to see this level, of divisions. Like Tuna Achebe, said in Things Fall Apart, they put a knife between the things that held us, held us together. And people are, running into the, into their, narrow, cleavages and the rest of it. And it is not good. You are leaving some people, behind. I said it before, I need to restate it, that inclusiveness is a tool for national unity and stability. When you tell people they don't matter, they should go to hell, they will make hell, for you, here in Nigeria. That's why you have all of the separatist, agendas and all of that, springing up all over the place. There is a need to ensure that all of Nigerians are carried along, the Nigerian project.
Still talking about this coalition, how would this proposed coalition address the real issues plaguing Nigerians? I mean, cost of living crisis, insecurity that you've mentioned, a broken economy beyond simply replacing Tinubu. Because, again, why I ask this question is that is what the plan that the APC had when they ousted the Goodluck Jonathan administration. And it was clear to Nigerians that there was no blueprint, there was no roadmap of sorts, and that has led us to where we are. Is this yet another, trajectory that is just aimed at taking someone out and not, addressing the problems of Nigeria or having a sense of direction?
Comparing Atiku Abubakar to Tinubu is like trying to compare apples and oranges. I mean, these folks, oh yes. These folks were never prepared for governance, because up till now, 2 years down the line, they're still playing politics. Look around you in the Federal Capital Territory where I live. Take a visit towards the villa, whether from the north gate or the south gate and the west of it. You will see down all that road, what you see on the electric poles are just posters of Tinubu 2027 on the expressway, the airport road. That's it, all over the city. You understand? And what was their response? Oh, they're not aware of that. If it was an Atiku or an opposition leader that you had all of those posters and all of those things, they will have pulled them down. And what does that tell you? It tells you clearly that they have not done well with the mandate that they have, and they are already looking towards 2027, when Nigerians cannot survive till the next 24 hours, the next day, and they need to get off their high horse and be preoccupied with governance. They were asked to be. They were never prepared for it. So that is the difference that Atiku Abubakar will be bringing on the table, and the people that he's coalescing with.
Well, we're still speaking with Paul Ibe. He's the media advisor to Atiku Abubakar, former vice president. We're talking about coalition talks and what this means for 2027. We'll be right back after these messages.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness.
When did he grow up?
That's it with kids, so.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Hey there, mums and dads. Did you know that some children are picky eaters and also do not get enough fruits and vegetables from their diet? Well Kid Baby and Infant Syrup is a food supplement from Vitabiotics that contains 14 vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and zinc, as well as flaxseed oil, which supports brain development and all-round health. Well Kid Baby and Infant Tasty Syrup is for children 3 months to 5 years of age. Give your young ones a good start with Well Kid Baby and Infant from Vitabiotics UK. Available in pharmacies near you.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Well, you asked for it,
and New Central has delivered.
Now you've got it.
Yes, New Central is live on GoTV Channel 23. Get the latest news and headlines from Nigeria and across the world. With GoTV, News Central gives you major stories and breaking news on politics, business, sports, and entertainment. You asked for it. And now, you've got it. News Central on GoTV Channel 23.
Update! Extra value don't land though. We don't reserve now. We don't reserve. Your 50cl Coca-Cola don't turn to 60cl. Yes now. Now 20% more refreshment, plenty enjoyment with the same Ogbonge Coca-Cola taste. Not carry last though. Sharply go grab your new 60cl Coca-Cola today. Make you enjoy better refreshment. This now extra value with the same Ogbonge taste. Coca-Cola, real wonder. Even Fanta and Sprite say follow for this one oh.
Now so I did on my own. Now a message enter my phone. Fiam. I can't click Fiam. Now so my money for account go. Fiam. Hey. If to say na Airtel you dey use, them for first alert you before you click Airtel they identify spammers. Then alert them customers with AI powered service to make sure say you no fall mugu for wuruwuru scam messages. No charges, no subscription needed. Me self they go join Airtel. Fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
No be party jollof this same.
I beg, make nothing hungry you again today.
Now you're pregnant wife every day follow talk so.
Neighbor, I
beg neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, what be your secret?
Now, Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Chef.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Tim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwa Rinze.
99.3 Nigeria Info. It's still the big hard facts. Today, Tuesday, the 6th of May, 2025. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itamiya Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm still being joined live from the FCT by the media advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who also is a former presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 elections. Mr. Igbe, thank you so much for staying with us. Still talking about coalition talks. We're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. And on the Big Hard Facts today, we're looking at how this coalition will help Nigerians, if it would be any help to us. Now, some Northerners have continuously spoken about how they're going to decide what candidate they're going to support, what direction they're going to go. Of course, no region can win elections on its own, obviously, but then the North always has a say in whoever is, running for that position. Now, with the likes of El Rufai, who obviously were aggrieved members of the APC, have moved to the SDP. We've seen him in talks. We've seen him in photo ops with your principal. Many are wondering why the former vice president is actually trying to build a coalition with the likes of El Rufai. Also, Buba Galadima recently spoke about the fact that El Rufai will be a placeholder for your principal, that this is a guise for him to, again, grab the ticket for presidency in the SDP. I'd like to get your reaction on that.
And why do you need to single out, El Rufai?
Well, he sticks out as a sore thumb for the APC.
I'm falling short of the glory of God. We are all sinners. Huh?
Again,
I don't think it is fair.
Again, this is something that Buba Galadima said. It's not me. I didn't come up with it. He's saying that this guy is in the guise of a placeholder for Atiku, that finally Atiku will be unveiled as the presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, that this is all a ploy.
People are entitled to their opinion. El Rufai is a Nigerian citizen. You understand? And, we can't be like them. We can't be like, the APC, Tinubu's administration. People should be free to choose who they associate with.
Okay.
You understand? And if the people who are putting up this coalition, think that El Rufai has something to offer, in enabling, in empowering, the ultimate objective for which this coalition is being put up, put up. I mean, why shouldn't he be given an opportunity as a Nigerian citizen?
I'm curious, because if El Rufai were to have been made minister under the Tinubu administration, would he still be interested in coalition talks with Vice President Atiku Abubakar, with all the people that are making up that coalition with the SDP? If he was still in the good books of the Tinubu administration, would we be having this conversation? There are those who continuously emphasize on the fact that he is disgruntled because he was not given a place in that party or in the government. Hence, he's doing everything in his power to bring down the Tinubu administration.
Well, I'm not clairvoyant enough to look into the crystal ball and know what could have been. I mean, what I know is that right now, El Rufai, like so many other leaders, are disenchanted with this administration. They are not happy about the direction that this country is going. And so if, what is the sin in him presenting himself, as part of this, the leaders to back, this, coalition? Like I said, clearly, we cannot rebuild Nigeria if we do not reclaim it. So there are two things involved. You need to reclaim, and then you rebuild.
So does it mean that this coalition, like the APC, once you join it, all things have passed away, and all of a sudden, all things have become new, and these people have become saintly enough to move the country forward, even if they were part of the people who brought us to where we are? Is that what the coalition means? And again, quickly.
Yes.
Okay, let me let you answer.
Yes, I don't think so. It's only in the All Progressive, party that, you are encouraged to, to go. Your sins are forgiven, and you can go and sin no more. That only happens in the APC.
Okay. How will this coalition address real issues? I did ask you this before we went on the break. With the cost of living, with insecurity, because like you said when you started this conversation, that Nigerians are tired and they're looking for a better life. What exactly is this coalition going to do to address all of these problems? Because they're no longer teething, they're full-blown problems that if we don't fix them, it might become something greater than we ever imagined. So how does the coalition come in here?
Yeah, first off, I mean, the coalition leaders are putting, a platform. They're putting together a vehicle, and with this vehicle, they expect that they're going to mobilize Nigerians. Just like I said, it's a pan-Nigerian movement. It's not just about the individuals or the leaders who are part of it. It's based on the yearnings and aspirations of Nigeria. So they're going to mobilize them to ensure that, when the election is held, in 2026 or 2027 or whenever it is held, that the Tinubu administration, will be sacked. They'll be, told to go and, rest, to pave the way for a new leadership. A leadership that understands and appreciates the enormity of the challenges that we have. Because before the Tinubu administration came on board, they were telling us about the problems and the rest of it. And because Tinubu himself was part of an administration that were also the ruling, leader, so he obviously had confidential, he had confidential reports, from the then government. So he knew the state of the economy, he knew the state of the insecurity, he knew the state, every fabric, of the country. He was aware of it. But what did he do? As soon as he came on board, he started to blame the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, of which he was part of. So this coalition will ensure that it has a roadmap. And like I told you clearly, Atiku Abubakar is a man who is tried and tested. He's been a former vice president, so he knows he's been involved in government, and he's a man of ideas. And he's one of the things that he has going for him is ability to bring people, from diverse backgrounds. I am Igbo, from Imo State. I'm a Christian. I've been associated with him. I've been his media advisor, running now for since 2015. That's about how many years? I've had it long before then. I've been the deputy, media advisor to him. And he doesn't care, where you come from. What is important to him is the fact that you have set skills and you have something to offer. Nigeria needs it. We all, people who are holding critical positions in government or agencies, ministries, do not need to come from one particular part of the country. You do not need to speak a particular language, tribe, or tongue. And I said that clearly, that when you have that in place, you are reducing all of the factors, eliminating the factors that will breed disunity and create instability in the country. So he had all of that. And like I told you, his policies, the last time, in 2023, he rolled out, his policies, his blueprint. He asked Nigerians to interrogate it. And some of the suggestions that were made by Nigerians were even accommodated in the final, copy. So, a man who knows his onions, and not just people who are just, in it because they want power. No, it's about governance. He wants to give back to a country that has given him so much. And there is no other time that service is needed more than now. So when we're at crossroads.
If I get you, it means that Atiku Abubakar wants to run yet again for presidency.
Well, you didn't hear that from me. I'm telling you about the man Atiku Abubakar.
Well, it sounds like that to me. And if it came down to it, will he throw his hat yet again into the ring?
No, being part of the coalition, being part of this coalition, it means that all of the experiences, the skills that he has, is going to rub off on that. He's going to share those ideas, whether he's running or not running. But like I said, the issue of that is not the issue now. And that's even being insensitive to Nigerians. You're talking about who is running and who is not running. And you're trying to make a scapegoat of one person. Why are you doing that? Why are they, if they think that Atiku Abubakar does not have all that it takes, why are they losing their sleep over him? Why are they trying to decimate a platform that is associated with? Why are they working to ensure that this coalition is does not come to birth? They know the reason why they are doing that, and they don't want any opposition towards 2027.
Interesting. In case you're just joining us, Birmingham is the Big Hard Fact on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Paulie Bay is the media advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. We're talking about coalition talks and if Atiku Abubakar will throw his heart into the ring come 2027. We'd like for you to join the conversation. The phone lines are open 0201 277 0993. That's 0201 277 0993. You could also join the conversation if you are a lady. Call 0201 465 7190. That's 0201 465 7190. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. We're Nigeria Info FM. On X, use the hashtag Hard Facts. That's HF. All right. And you can also send us a message on WhatsApp 08095975805. If you are listening from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, you can call us via WhatsApp. It's 08095975805. 60 seconds. Please go straight to the point. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Maryann.
Good evening.
That's Manuel on the line. I'm speaking to you from SA.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to specifically talk about the South. How is Atiku and his coalition making inroads, especially to the PDP leaders, for instance, for the judge, even if it's for the optics? Are they making any inroads? That is one. Number two, the coalition has been tagged Atiku coalition. Is your guest and the Atiku camp comfortable, tagging it Atiku coalition rather than just coalition or coming together of opposition? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Mr. Paul, would you like to respond to that?
I didn't hear him. Please, could you?
Well, yeah, he asked the question.
I didn't hear him very well.
He said, "Is the Atiku camp in the PDP making inroads to making peace with certain persons within the party, like Chief Bode George? How is this? How is the Atiku camp, trying to make peace?" Secondly, he's saying, "Are you comfortable with it being called Atiku's coalition as opposed to the People's Coalition, in a sense?"
It's not Atiku's. It's not that. I mean, they are the ones tagging it and just being mischievous. I mean, it's not Atiku's, coalition. Atiku is just one, of several leaders. When it is unveiled, I mean, you will see the diversity of the leaders and all of the people who will be driving the process. So it's not an Atiku coalition. It's a coalition of stakeholders, of leaders, of movements, various movements, and parties, and all of that. So it's not an Atiku, coalition.
Okay, and he asked about the, making peace with certain people in the PDP, like the likes of Chief Bode George, and because many would say that the cracks within the party, majorly started with, your principle.
Well, the truth of the matter is that, I mean, except leaders like Chief Bode George, all respect due to him, except they are not reading, the mood, in Nigeria, except they are not tracking the trend, the only assured way, of ensuring that this Tinubu-led administration, is retired, is a united front of the opposition. So they should be welcoming an opportunity to, work, hand in hand with other leaders, other parties, to ensure that that objective, is achieved. Otherwise, I mean, one thing that this administration is very good at is the divide and rule, strategy that they have adopted. and play one against the other. So they should welcome, such a, position, knowing fully well that, the PDP itself, and all the Labour Party and the rest of them, they are at a situation where they have been, they have been tampered with, and there have been efforts, to decimate them.
Interesting.
So they need to,
all right.
Good evening, Miriam.
Let's take another call. Hello?
Good evening, Miriam. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jonathan is my name.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Miriam, whatever the definition for that coalition is, whatever the suspicion, or whatever definition anybody want to put to it, I'm in support of it. I will face the topic this evening, and I'm in support of it because this leadership has plunged me as a citizen into this country. So a lot of hardship that's never happened in the history of this country. And I think this leadership should also know that they are plunged us into because of their policies. So if any other leadership is coming, I'm sure there will be policy shifts, and I'm willing to go through. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much for calling. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Maryann.
Yes.
Yes. I want to greet your guest in the house, Mr.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Nathaniel. I'm calling from Lekki. I want to emphasize on something very important. Now, he talked about so many things, okay, that about the Atiku coalition and all that. But one very fundamental thing that I think the PDP is not really doing is playing the role of an active opposition. Because if they are really having plans to win the next coming election, I think there's every need to really act as an opposition party actively. If you remember the likes of Lai Mohammed during the APC, that was one of the weapons they used, okay, to actually gain ground before they came into power. So why is PDP not active? My question is, why is PDP party not acting as an active opposition party? We are not hearing their voice. Okay. What is the problem?
All right.
That is my question.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ibe, you heard the question, right?
Exit, any coalition that seeks to remove. And, that's the beauty of democracy. People should. The majority should be allowed, everybody should be allowed to have their say and decide, on which side of the divide, they are in. We don't need to coerce or to force or to intimidate or harass everybody to be on the same, page. So that is good enough. If they have their candidate and he has his candidate, she has his candidate, everybody presents their candidate. And, choices will be made based on informed, position. Well, up until now, the opposition, like I said, has been decimated, it has been fractionalized, and that's a deliberate, strategy of this administration. When this coalition, when this coalition is vetted, and very soon it will be, you will begin to see some of the things that you ask. We don't need to make noise. It is owned by Nigerians. Nigerians know exactly what they want to achieve, with it. And so when it is unveiled, the fireworks, will begin. And like I said in a previous interview, the train will leave the station and have multiple stops all over. Those who had expressed reservations will probably, get on board. And I hope it will not be akin to what happens somewhere else where people, will be running and trying to jump, into the bus or into the train, But I guarantee you that because of the dynamic nature of politics, you will see people, you see alignments and realignments. Some who were not well disposed to it, you probably come to seeing the inevitability, of this particular project.
All right, let me take another quick call. Hello. Apologies, do call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
All right, do turn off your radio and call us back. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact.
Yeah, Maryann.
Good evening.
Afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, good evening. Okay, Rapushku is my name.
Mm-hmm.
I greet your guest, Mr. Ibe. Well, I think coalition or no coalition, that is not the issue. I think the aim is to unseat the president, the present president, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, I think the problem we have is the judiciary and the INEC chairman. That's where we look into and address that area, because without that, there's nothing no way we're gonna get it. Our vote will not still count, because the whole thing ends in their table. Either way you check it, either when we vote, it ends at INEC chairman table, or when we go to judiciary, it ends at judiciary table, whoever. But when they address that area,
okay,
because without that being addressed, there is nothing, no way we're gonna get it.
All right. I have to let you go, Rapper, because of time. Mr. Ibe, Nigerians are watching. They're waiting to see what comes of this coalition, and there are those who obviously hope that the coalition will bring answers to the questions, because there's so many questions hanging. But then, of course, we also are waiting with bated breath to see the people who make up this coalition. But thank you so much for coming on the show to have this conversation with us. Paul Ibe is the media advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibe, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right. Well, Lagos, that's the show. But before I go, Kemi has some information for you. Stay with us.
All right, Lagos, introducing the essence of true authenticity in fragrance. It was Zobe perfume. It's the correct scent. That's a unique blend that captivates the authentic spirit of Nigeria. Now available in both perfume.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.